Guys, I'm starting a new video here, making a tutorial for you guys who are newer to this game or even just starting. And I know there's a couple of other new guides out there, but they have like, I don't know, a 3 hour long presentation, a mini series in order to learn all the ins and outs of the game. And don't get me wrong, you may want to go look at those, but maybe just look at this one first for those of you who are just trying to figure out why the fuck am I losing in Ireland and why is it taking me 40 fucking years to fabricate a claim. So let's go ahead very quickly. Single player. Don't worry about any of this. Custom game setup. I don't know. It looks like a giant green mass. Okay, let's click this. Very easy. Okay, a little bit more visual for us. Just remember, the main draw of this game is you can play anybody you want. If you want to play King of France, there you go. You can play a little kid. If you want to play the Byzantine Emperor, you can do that. If you want to play the Byzantine Emperor's little peasant man and Moesia as a, no, I guess a duke, sorry, Duke Andronikos, you can do that too. Or you can play his boss, or sorry, peon, whatever. But these are all really fun starts, but let's be honest, you probably picked the start here, which is not so fun. So we'll go ahead and we'll introduce it on this. Don't worry about anything here. This is just, you'll learn whether you like that stuff or not. Start an Iron Man game so you can impress all one of your friends who actually may even know what Crusader Kings 2 is, let alone maybe have even actually played it. I don't know. So, before you become that crazy guy who goes to all his team friends about this amazing achievement he had with a 0.02% achievement rate, don't get ahead of yourself. The reason why that achievement rate has such a low percentage is probably because no one can be asked to do these things in the first place. Like it's just a special level for special people. That's all I'm going to say on that. So let's run down this really quickly. Up here on the top, here's your money. Keep it in the green because red equals dead. Prestige, not very important. Basically, it's your score, if you want to call it that, and it translates into your actual score over here after you die and you switch to your heir, in which the process restarts. Piety, it's only useful for making titles, people, and maybe declaring holy wars. You're not going to run into that problem here, probably, in Ireland. Here's your domain limit. Very important, actually. Make sure you never go over. You start incurring penalties after, I think, at least one over, and it starts making people hate you very quickly because they're just fucking jealous, okay? Like, they're just going to be jealous with you. It's a jealousy game, this is. And it just tells you how many people are in your realm. So you're probably wondering, okay, this is all nice and everything, but how do I start taking all these people's land next to me? So, like, here I am in Dublin, but how do I take Ireland? How do I become the fucking head honcho, right? This is what you guys came for. So let's go ahead, go to our council, let's fabricate a claim. Remember, this is your most important fella right here. And then you just pick on the province you want. So say I want Sildara. Bam. Okay, I mean, you're pretty much done. You just have to wait for the claim to be fabricated. And then you go to, let's say it's finally fabricated. You go here, and here's your army. Bam, bam. There you go. Drag, click, merge them, and then when you declare war, which by the way you do by clicking on the province, right-clicking the guy, and you can't do it while they're raised, but just very quickly, you have an option here that will say, you know, declare for his land. And if you win the war, congratulations, you get his shit. You can make tributary at any time. This is really not worth it until you start getting up there and you can actually make entire empires your tributary. But even then, the income is very minimal and honestly, in my opinion, not even worth ever doing this. That said, let's go back to the army. We have our army together, some really basic stuff I had a frustrating fucking time dealing with when I very first started, and I have almost 2,000 hours in this game, is how do I move my guys in a boat. So just go to fleet levies, bam, bam. Same thing as the troops here, and a really useful note, if you're in a big, say like I'm trying to select these people, if you notice I can't select the boats, so if you click the boats, and there we go, and then you shift, and then do a drag box. You'll only select the boats. Merge. I want to get my guys on the boats, so select them. Embark army. Select the boats. Go out to the sea. Let's just speed up time a little bit here. And there you go. I can go wherever I want. Just right click. Pretty simple, just like any other game you're probably used to if you've been playing strategy genre games. And if you haven't been, well, you're now learning from the greatest of the great, okay? So is there anything else you should really know for starting off for your very first time? I mean, not really. This is the basics. It may be worth talking about that, you know, how do you lose this game? It's pretty much if your dynasty runs out. So you just go to click on your character portrait, just like I did. Go to your dynasty right here. If everybody in here, your living members, goes to 0, including your main character that you're playing right then, it's over. You're done. So that's the end of your game right there. That's how you lose. And it also, you can lose by just losing all your land too. So try your best not to have that happen. And so how do you make sure this doesn't fucking happen to you? Well, you need to make sure your character is married to someone at all times. Just for the sake of simplicity, we're gonna go ahead and imprison her. And I'm sorry, it's a little rude, but well, we wanna show this mechanic. So I wanna find another wife. You can go to search all, and oh, we need to actually look for a woman that will be of our religion, because unfortunately Catholics in this time do not like marrying Muslims, and vice versa. And we can find anyone who is not married, and I believe like this person will want to marry us. Yes, they will. And there you go. And try to marry women that have high stats. I know it's a little misogynistic the way things are presented in the game. You don't really care about who they are, you care about how good they are or what claims they have, and etc. Welcome to medieval politics. Good idea, just take the money every time. Prestige is, again, kind of worthless. And there's a whole bunch of stuff up here, but I believe these are things you'll mostly be able to learn on your own, and these are definitely good for people who want to go watch those 3-hour-long tutorial videos. But if you're just interested in learning the very small basics of the game in order to just learn how to start beating up on everybody who's around you, then I hope this video was helpful. And I'll hopefully do one for you as well next time. Bye bye.